What's going on, everybody? I want to come in and check in with y'all. This is a live commentary, kind of similar to some of the review videos I've been doing with the tackling drills. That's more of like a coaching clinic, critiquing style video that is put out there for people to take away from in a way where they can get better and they can utilize to implement in their training regimen to get better at whatever they need to do, at whatever they can do to learn more to be in a successful position when it comes to like the tackling. So that's what those videos were for. But I just want to kind of come on here and switch things up a little bit from my conventional videos being edited together, and this is going to be just one take. And this is not necessarily a critiquing video. It is going to be criticizing and analyzing, but this is more so just straight calling out bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, I'm not going to get into my whole story, but basically, I would say that I played in a different era when I was coming up in the high school ranks, and I trained with a lot of big name people. Big name, you can take it however you want in terms of legitimacy, but in my eyes, being around guys that did it at the highest level is as good as it gets. In terms of how their coaching style and their productivity was and how they taught is debatable, but in terms of just being around some minds that have seen at the highest level is very valuable. So I'm not saying I'm the expert, and I'm not saying that I know everything. It's my disclaimer, but I'm also being realistic in knowing what works and what's a little OD and what's a little overboard, if you will. And I wanted to make this video and really break down as of right now, these days, when it comes to the quarterback training and what's put out there on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and these TikToks is just for viewership and entertainment, and it's not necessarily there to be able to maximize the potential of the actual athlete. And we're talking football here. In other sports, that's different, but we're talking about football, and when it comes to development of a player to be able to make it to play on varsity in high school, then move on to college, and then potentially the NFL or any pro football is a process. And in the pursuit of improving one's skill set, doing it these ways in which I'm going to show everybody and criticize is not the way to do it. It's not the way to go. And I'd love to have a conversation with anyone that vouches for this type of training, because in my eyes, this is just a waste of time. And this is just attracting unnecessary attention to something that is just useless. Here's another disclaimer. With the examples of the kids that I'm using in this video, I wish them all the best in their endeavors and in their path and journey, because there's going to be two quarterbacks that I'm going to be highlighting. I'm not even talking about them personally as a person, their character, their integrity, what they stand for. This is just what they're being showcased, their ability being showcased, and how that is attracting and garnering all this attention that is not deserving. And I have the right to do that. So it has nothing to do with the kids. They're young. I believe this one that I'm going to address first, Mikey Gao, is a class of 2025. So he's like a sophomore, junior, or probably going into the junior year out of Nebraska. And then there's this other kid, I believe like a 6th, 7th, 8th grader, some middle schooler. Both quarterbacks, both doing ridiculous drills that has nothing to do with any it's not going to translate functionally to what they're actually going to be doing to producing good film on the field in the actual game. And to me, that's a huge problem when it comes to recruiting and when it comes to actually showcasing one's skill set when it comes to their highlight videos. So for those, I'm not going to keep talking before I'm going to criticize and play and rewind and pause live, but I want to make this point. When it comes to recruiting, scouting, any sort of exposure, when somebody's a prospect trying to get onto a team, a league, or some sort of organization, film is probably the most critical thing. And I should make another video about the process of college recruiting, because that's a huge step to being able to play pro. You have to play college in order to play professional football. And getting to the college ranks itself is very difficult. In order to get to the pros, you see, like, the simplest way to say it is you just have to be a freak and have luck and be really good at what you do. And that's already developed by the time you're in high school. So getting to college isn't hard, but for most people, it's not that way. And being able to get into college is the biggest step most of the time. Then they'll develop, get good, and then they'll see if they'll be able to play professionally or not. But film is the most important thing. And doing all these drills that I'm going to critique and break down has nothing to do with what the coaches want to see on film. So let's get into it. Gimmicky quarterback drills that has nothing to do with the actual game or the development to be able to translate to good football plays and smart style of football on film. Let's get into it.
This might be the first ever ambidextrous quarterback. His name is Mikey Gao, and he started on varsity as a 14-year-old freshman.
Okay. I don't know if the volume's high enough, but I can kind of break down the commentary. At the time of this video, Mikey Gao, quarterback, first ambidextrous quarterback, a natural righty, but being able to throw the ball left-handed. First off, the way he throws it with his dominant hand is fine, and we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna be able to see, his game film, a couple clips. But as you can see, he's throwing with his right hand is great. He's got a good shelf, he's got a good release, he's got a quick release, he's got some velocity. It's a clear difference in his ability to be able to throw right hand to left hand. So why throw with your left hand? Everybody, and there's these reaction videos, I'm not even gonna get into it, but there's these people saying like, oh man, and all these comments, and he got viral, he blew up because of this being so gimmicky, being so outlandish, to the point where all these kids are just getting all this exposure that goes viral. It gets put on Twitter. You got guys like Lamar Jackson commenting on it, and then everyone thinks that it's this kid's tape, these videos of him throwing with both hands is just golden, when in reality it's just it's a circus. So people wonder, like, oh man, there's switch hitters and there's pitchers that throw with both hands in baseball. Can you change it for football? No. It's not going to happen. Football's too complicated and too complex of a sport to be able to put up with this shit. What is that going to do? Is he going to have two footballs when he runs onto the field? Is the center going to snap him the ball twice to the point where he's going to be able to have two footballs and be able to make two plays, and then the receivers, there's going to be two different receivers catching two footballs and they're going to score 12 points instead of 6? The answer to the question is no. So why is he doing this? Why is he practicing it? It's for viewership. It's a gimmick. It's fake. Imposter. A charlatan. All of these deceptive, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these deceptive acts get people and trick people into thinking that it's something significant, and it's not. And I'm just out here to call it out. Nothing against Mikey. Mikey can throw with one hand. Look at the throws he's throwing his left hand. They're off like 5 yards away. This is his best case when he's showcasing his throws is when the guys are stationary and he's throwing to them about 10 yards away. I can do that with my left hand, and I don't use my left hand for anything except maybe to drive sometimes, the steering wheel. So all this is bullshit. This shit out of here. This looks cool. They don't have pads. They don't have helmets. There's no line. There's not 22 players on the field. There's no refs. There's no plays. He's throwing on air with sunglasses and a backwards hat. Get out of here with this mess. Let's check some of this film out. You're throwing right-handed. You can throw. He's got good mechanics. He's got a quick release. He's playing on varsity. He's playing great competition as a 14-year-old. That's really good advantage. Okay? He's still doing drills and everything. So let's go ahead and watch some film. I'm not sure if this is his high school film or not, or if this is youth. It kind of looks like youth. Is this high school? I'm not sure, but it can't be too far off from what level he's already playing at the time of these videos coming out, because he went viral. Yeah, this is high school. It looks like he went viral when he was a freshman. So this should be the film of when he's in high school. But as you can see, like, forget all that what I just said. Look at all these throws. Right hand. No. There's no point of doing this. Why flip your hip? That's doing extra work. There's no need. Okay, and here's what'll break the internet. What I'm about to say right now. Everybody that's opposing my viewpoint or my stance right now is going to go ahead and say, hey, why are you... This is... like, hey, Mr. Fantastic, this is going to debunk your stance in this position on why I believe this is advantageous. And I'm going to say, okay, tell me why. He can start out facing one way, look off the defense, and then he can turn around and make a throw. Hey, guess what, bucko? They do these things at most levels of football called half-line drills, right? So when there's a center, right, that establishes the start of each play from the line of scrimmage, he has one football. And then there's two sides to him. Okay? There's a left side and the right side. So what that means is that no matter what happens on offense, I'm saying from the point of view of this film. So this point of view, let's just like really apply this right now. This is the point of view from the defense. Okay? Defense is taught to be able to react and to play a strong and a weak side, left, right, being able to understand that plays can go either way. Defenses are taught to react. Hey, you have to be able to understand that the offense can run any single play that they want to, and then they can go at any point of the field as long as it's not out of bounds. So they can go ahead and do a misdirection play looking like they're going to go right and then go left. And then they could run a fake and add on to that in addition and do a misdirection play and keep going the same way they were actually going, faking the reverse. So there's all these plays that people already see. And defenses understand that. So what difference is that going to make if this quarterback does something like this? That's not going to fake anybody out. There's 11 guys on defense. And no matter what this clown does, no offense to Mikey, I'm just saying, no matter what this person does at the quarterback, if he's throwing right-handed, left-handed, or he's throwing the ball with his neck, someone's accounted for this receiver and whoever else is the eligible receiver, And if this guy, I was going to even try to make a comment to his defense. There is no defense, because if he's not a threat to run, that's when guys on defense get in a big trouble. But he can't. From what I've seen, he's just able to throw with both hands. It doesn't matter. There's quarterbacks that throw with one hand, whether they're left-handed, just one way, or whether they're just right-handed one way, where they can make full progressions and then full reads, scanning from left to right, right to left, no problem with one hand. All it takes is a millisecond difference. If anything, it's going to take more time to switch hands like this guy. I'm done. That's that. Okay? Just ridiculous. Shout out to Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he hasn't garnered any sort of stars yet. He's playing out of Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the greatest size, but hey, he's still growing, and he has a couple years. He has a good year this year. He'll get on the map. He's got some interest from some Power 5 schools, and he's going to some camps. He's doing the right thing. Train hard. Do your thing. Stop throwing with your fucking left hand. And you'll be good, Mikey. Okay, next video. John David Booty, okay? John David Gillum, balance training session. Why are you standing on the fucking ball? Why are you... What's... Look, guys, this is a kid that's in 6th grade that can bench 225 3 times, and he can run a 4.840 electronic time. I get it. He has millions of views too, just like Mikey Gao, being able to throw both hands. This kid has millions of views, getting all this attention when there's someone out there in another area that's really working hard, training to try and get exposure and looks, doing it in a way where he's outperforming some of his competition. I'm not saying he's better than anyone. I'm not saying these guys are better than anyone. All I'm saying is that the way that people go viral and get exposure, is that the real proper way? And is that an efficient way of going about being able to move up in one success in the ladder to try and go pro? Because that's the point of everyone's goals if they're playing organized football. Otherwise, we'd see flag football kids that don't play in any leagues in tackle football doing this, but it's not. These are the kids that are actually trying to make it into college and pro. It's a big deal when people, especially the kids that are impressionable, the youth, get fed this crap. And I'm out here to call it out. There's benefits to some drills, and there's some unorthodox ways of people being able to train. Shout out to Jameis Winston. But let's not make it a big deal to get kids to do this stuff. This is stuff people do in the circus. He's out here on a red ball, working on his balance and coordination I get it. He's really needing to use torque in his torso, and really needing to make sure his mechanics and everything and his throwing and his release are tight, and his accuracy is on point, and his head and his shoulders and everything is downfield, making sure his energy is flowing without having the foundation of his base to be able to throw. I get it. Okay? But when are they ever going to let this kid get the play from his coach, and they're going to have the ref get the okay and have this kid roll the ball into the field? He's going to stand on that hole, and he's going to say, set, go. And he's out there on a big red ball while there's a rush coming after him. That's never going to happen. So why the hell are you doing it right now? It's ridiculous. It's getting views. Maybe there's ulterior motives to it. Maybe. That's not out of the realm of possibility. That's probably what's happening. But my problem is, I just don't like how it's being just put out there so much to the point where it's getting millions of views and so many people are seeing it. That gets exposure. That gives impressions to people watching it. That gives people this green light to being able to do it, because there's this false sense of reality and this false push and narrative that this stuff works. It might work for John David, but is it going to work for every kid? Probably not. That's all I got to say, man. Just be careful. Not everyone's going to be Patrick Mahomes. Not everyone's going to be Tom Brady. Not everyone's going to be Josh Allen. Ultimately, the thing to say, the right thing to say, honestly, is just anyone can do whatever they want. Everyone's entitled to do whatever they want and train however they feel. But let's not get it twisted. Like, there's ways in doing things efficiently that work. And sometimes it's new age things, and sometimes it's the old school that a lot of people just don't think that is the right way, and that's dated. But sometimes that shit works because it's been working at some point. And I get it, football's changing and things are everlasting. I'm a progressive type of person, so there ain't no need to tell me twice. But damn, there's no need to throw with both hands and work on it, especially because you don't do it in the game. And there's no need to stand on a damn red ball and make throws, because last time I checked, in the rules of American gridiron football, you're able to use your legs to move around, and you're not just gonna move around on a ball all day and make throws, and be 9'3" because you're standing on a fucking ball. But hey, what do I know? Hope y'all enjoy the video, man. Like, comment, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'll do these drills. If you had a kid that was going out to play quarterback or anything like that. Or if you're out there training yourself. And we'll just go from there, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.